Hello everybody, my name is RagingRaptor and I welcome you to a new World of Tanks video. And today I don't want to make a quick review about the T-44-100. I want to talk about it because, well yeah, in my opinion it's quite the awkward tank. This is an opinion video, so I know everybody has its own opinion. Please don't hate me for saying what I think about this tank. And obviously I'm going to respect your opinion. I played, I think, around 15 battles and I finally managed to get it to 50% win chance. And yeah, from what I saw with this tank is that it simply doesn't feel that right. And I was also looking into a video by Gaming Bear, a good pal of mine, and yeah, he said basically the same thing. In the end, it's a tank for collectors. It's not a tank you should actually look forward to buying, especially right now. And why exactly? If you go into the store, you will be quite punched in the face by its price tag. It's 48 Swiss francs, which is roughly $1 to $148 for just the tank. You can go in looking at it, there is nothing else, just the tank and the garage slot. That's it, nothing else. For $48, you can right now, legit, right now, because it's still this sale on tier 6 vehicles, you can buy the Type 64, which is a great tier 6 scout, even quite really strong. I don't want to say it's broken, but it's really strong. And buy the CDC, a tier 8 premium medium tank, and you would still have $7 left roughly to buy something else. Or you say, you know what, I'm buying the Krupp Steyr-Waffenträger, which is also quite a decent TD, and the M4A1 Revoluse, or the CDC, or the STA2, or the FE40202, or the Panther 88, or the Super Pershing, and you would still have a little bit leftover cash. While on the other hand, you just buy the T-44-100 for $48, and well, yay, you have one tank, while with the other tanks you have two. Honestly, also I think this money which you could spend into this tank could be used way better. Obviously, you can say you don't need to play a game at all and don't spend money into this game anyway. But if you want to spend money for this game and you're searching for a crew trainer, wait for the Berlin Trio and buy the Rudy. The Rudy is such a better tank compared to the T-44-100. Tier-wise, it's just simply a really good tank. And then, with the spare money you have, go buy another Tier 8 premium tank, which is probably then on sale again. Or will be on sale, like 15%, 20% off, which around Christmas, for example. Honestly, the T-44 is not good because of several ways. It got also buffed, I think 1 or 2 patches ago. First of all, the armor. And this is the same problem with the normal T-44. The armor is simply not really that good. It has a strongish, in quotation marks, turret side armor. But because it can go up to 300 millimeters, which is great, don't get me wrong. But the problem is, most people are not going to shoot your sides frontally. They're going to shoot your gun mantlet. And what's the problem with the gun mantlet? It's only 190 millimeters thick with no things behind it. Like, there's no real armor behind the gun mantlet, meaning they only have to penetrate 190 millimeters of armor. And boom, they're through your turret. Well then, meaning that hold down tactics are workable because the turret is kind of small still and you can wiggle around, but the gun mantle is still kind of big. So yeah, what does this tank else have? Yes, it has speed. Its speed is not bad for what it brings you. But yes, the CDC is on that term better, as it is faster and it feels better. So yeah, not the best one in the speed department. There are better tanks which are faster or feel better in that kind of sense. Then hull armor. The hull armor sounds great on paper, but in reality it's actually kind of meh. Maybe even garbage. The first big problem is it is only 90mm frontal armor. Just same, the new tank which is coming out, the T-44 lightweight, which is right now being adjusted on the test, on the super test, meaning it got even a more penetration and more DPM, has the same frontal armor, and it's tier 8 light tank as a premium. Yeah, so there's that. That's kind of awkward. Also, let's compare to a tank which is still being sold, like the 95 pattern. And I might be a little bit biased because I do enjoy the 95 pattern, even though it has this huge cupola. And I also free marked the 95 pattern, so this even makes it more awkward. But I'm just going to go now for the whole armor. Frontally, they have not the same. The 95 pattern has 100mm, while the T-44 has 90mm. And those 10mm already make a difference of around 20 to 30mm of effective armor. Especially as the 95 pattern even has a better frontal angle. Actually, I think no, it's roughly the same. The angles are roughly the same, but I think even the T-44 actually has a better angle frontally. But yeah, there is that. The 95 pattern just has 10mm more, and it makes it such more effective when it comes to hold down tactics. Hence why something like the Type 95 is still kind of viable when it is top tier, as the armor can hold off amazing amounts of tanks, especially lower tiered opponents. If you are top tier with the T-44-100, you still feel vulnerable, a lot vulnerable, like a really vulnerable. While when you are in the 95 pattern or in the Type 95 top tier, you know you can YOLO or even rush most tier 7 vehicles without breaking a sweat, as they're simply going to bounce off your armor. And this also is true for the T-34-3. Next up, I do have to point out that this tank, the T-44-100, has an amazing DPM. There's nothing to question about. The DPM is absolutely astounding. It's really, really good. It has a short reload time of 6 seconds around with good cruise, and it deals 250 damage compared to the 240 of all tier 8 medium premium tanks. That is actually a really good plus. But, and here comes again the but, if you think about it like the Convoy tank, you got a problem. The Convoy has a great DPM, or used to have a great DPM before it got changed. But if you can't bring that DPM to the people, like use it, what is it worth? This was also a point why I really disliked the Convoy, as your gun was trolling, as with the T-44-100, your armor was meh, or even garbage, as with the T-44-100, your speed was really meh on the Convoy, which is luckily better on the T-44-100, but you get the gist. It kind of feels the same, and they have the same weaknesses and the same problems, meaning those tanks simply don't feel that good. So, in conclusion, what... Anyway, I think all tier 8 premium medium tanks of the Russian tree are simply not good. I think that the Rudy is a great tank. I also do think that the T-34-85M is not bad either. I do think though that the Rudy is better, simply as it has better gun stats and a better gun in general, except for DPM again, but it has more mobility as well. So, I think if you want to spend your money, if you want to spend your money on a tier 8 premium tank, which is right now, simply buy something like a CDC or M4A1 Revolution. If you're searching a crew trainer for your Russian tank, simply wait for the Rudy. Because the Rudy has the best or the optimal layout for crews for your tier 10 medium tanks. It has the exactly same layout as the Object 430, as the Object 140, as the T-62A. The Rudy in that regard is the best possible crew trainer. And for a medium tank there are tons of other options, like the M4A1 Revolution is a great tank. It feels special, it has a special playstyle, but it actually feels good. And otherwise, the T-44-3 is still a viable tank, and it's still fun to play as you put out those 390 damage shots. Yes, it's not as accurate as you think, but I still play this tank a bit, and it's actually fun to play. And otherwise, the 95 pattern is still a special and quite fun to play tank. But simply, or in my opinion, yeah, don't buy the T-44-100. It's a legit big cash grab. $48 for... Yeah, again, right now you can buy 2 tanks, one of which being a tier 8 tank. And you still have cash left over. Again, guys, sorry for not really making a review like I used to do. I simply wanted to point out that this tank is simply not up to the task, and it's a waste of money in my opinion. It's good for collectors, I guess. I'm a collector, and honestly, I'm saddened that I brought that tank. It hurts my wallet. I didn't brought it now or something. I brought it several when it was... No, I think I just had to pay for like 10 bucks or so to get it, as I did a lot of the missions. But it's simply not up to the task. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below what your opinion is. I really want to know right now, what is your opinion about this tank, if you brought it, and if so, I'm sorry. And otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching and have a great start into the week. Bye bye.